I think a sign that we're really moving toward enlightenment is the fact that you can't hardly turn around anymore without somebody asking you, are you happy with this? You know, if it's a dinner, are you happy with that? If it's in your hotel, are you happy with this? If it's on the airplane, you know, are you happy with us? And there are lots of signs that people seem to care, and I'd like to share with you what some of those are, and also the flip side of what can happen if we're not thinking when we do this. Let's take the hotel, for example. We're all staying in a hotel. I personally travel quite a bit. I know some of you probably do too. And I can tell you that the hotels seem to be going out of their way in North America to demonstrate that they care about us as customers. Now, the little symptom of this is that when you check into the hotel and you get to your room, one of the first things you see, either on the bed or in the bathroom or some other conspicuous place, is a survey. Did you see that survey in your hotel? Okay. Did you look at it? No. Okay, this is interesting. I just happened to have that survey with me, and I thought I'd share it with you. In fact, I have several surveys. I collect these things just to see when they're going to get it right. So here's today's survey. Here we are. We're at the Radisson. This is only one example. Now, before I even open this and go into it, I want to ask you something. You're here for several days. You're on a business trip. What is the number one thing you'd like to have as an experience by staying overnight in a hotel room?
Free breakfast.
Free breakfast is one. Okay, what else? What's the number one thing that you'd care about most by staying overnight in a hotel room? Okay, a comfortable, restful bed. You mean you'd like to have a good night's sleep? Is there anybody who does not want that as a priority? I know there are a few night owls. Saw some of those last night out in the social areas. So a good night's sleep would be important. Let me share with you what's in this survey. It says, if in the area again, that is, if here again, would you be willing to return to the Radisson Hotel? That's question number one. You hear good night's sleep in there? Good night's sleep's not in there. Okay, let's try the next one. Maybe it's there. How would you rate our staff? Front desk, housekeeping, telephone operators, room service servers, restaurant servers, lounge servers, and recreation staff. Now, they don't have masseuses in there, but that would be nice. That might help us with a good night's sleep. No good night's sleep in there. Now, I'm just picking on this one with the Radisson because that's where we are, but let's not think that they're alone. I got some other ones. And the one that I'd really like to go to is one that's been in the news, and that's, in fact, there are two hotels, the Sheraton and the Hilton. Now, and there was this big argument, sort of, between Hilton and the Sheraton about whether they were going to merge or not. The Hilton wants to buy the Sheraton. That was the idea. And the Sheraton was able to sneak through and not have that happen. Maybe there's a good reason for this. Now, I happen to have the Hilton's survey here. I got all sorts of these. Let's just go down the list. Prompt arrival of bell staff. What do you think? Good night's sleep in that one? Not there. Efficiency of the checkout process. You stop me when you hear good night's sleep. Knowledge of front desk staff. Courtesy and friendliness of front desk staff. Speed of moving through the checkout line. Overall satisfaction. Likelihood you'd recommend the Hilton. Where's good night's sleep? Pardon?
Maybe a little bit in the overall satisfaction.
In the overall satisfaction, but you don't know, do you?
No.
In fact, there's a scale here, 1 to 5, which says overall, if I'm satisfied, and I say 5, which in this case is good, what are they doing right? Don't know. If you do a 1, which is poor, what are they doing wrong? Don't know. This is why, in my opinion, talking about opinions, surveys are generally suitable for wrapping fish. That's it. Now, it's interesting that the Hilton should do this kind of thing because there's an article that came out on them, USA Today. I'd like to just read the first part of this article to you, just to kind of give you a sense for things. Because, see, my question is, who the heck is it who makes these things up? It's not by talking with us. Clearly somebody has another agenda. But it's not our satisfaction, because the number one thing we care about is not on the survey. Now, not that that would happen here in this organization, but this is happening at the Hilton. You know, everybody believes they can do a survey because we've seen umpteen of them and we've looked at them, and darn, we can do one as good as theirs. Let me share this article with you. Article says, caption says, sleep tight rooms aim to please. Sleep tight rooms. All right, now sleep tight would tend to convey that we might get a good night's sleep. So that's promising. There's a good sign. So it says Hilton hotels want to put travelers to sleep. Now, how long has Hilton been in business, would you say? A long time. And they've just now realized this is important? It says its sleep-tight rooms, which will be tested this fall, are designed to help travelers get a good night's rest. Additional insulation, thicker carpet, and tinted glass are supposed to eliminate distracting light and sound. Now, I don't know about you. We'll talk about this distracting light and sound. My hotel rooms, every single one of them, I have absolute proof that the people who designed these hotel rooms can trace their ancestry back to the designers of Stonehenge. Now, the reason I know this is because in my room, the curtains are supposed to come together, you know? This is supposed to be simple. Now, maybe initially they did this, and then they washed them one time, and now they don't quite come together, you know? Surely yours are the same. They're the same way. You see, it's by design. This is not chance. Now, what happens is then, sunrise occurs, the light comes in through that gap in the window, lands right on my pillow. That's wake-up call. I don't need to call a desk and have them wake me up because I know it's going to happen. Now, you couldn't do this if you didn't do it by design. It's not chance. Now, in the event that the Hilton were really going to do something with this, there's two choices here they could have. Very simple. Cost them no money. One is sew those suckers together so you pull it from the end. You know, that limits it. And the other thing is do what I do. And I'll share it with you, because if you've had this problem too, there's a good chance this may solve your good night's sleep problems. I got this little spring clip. Now, this spring clip goes everywhere with me. And it's big enough to handle the heaviest duty curtains they've got. You put those curtains in there, clamp those buoys together, they ain't going to move. You're going to have a good night's sleep if it's coming to light as the problem. No problem with that. Well, that would be one solution. The problem is that somehow or another somebody has got the bright idea that these are the right questions to ask. And I'm convinced that what they have is they put a group of people together, probably as a team, you know, because teams are so popular today. They put a team together, locked them in a closet with no customers, told them they couldn't come out till they had a one-page survey. Well, obviously they got out. You know, the problem is the survey is of questionable value. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what are the right questions to ask. Because if we don't ask the right questions, what's the point?